It's so good to be with you. We just wanted to say how much we're missing you. We really trust that you've had an incredible Christmas and a lovely time with family. Just thinking of 2020, and I'm just thinking, oh my goodness, I have missed you guys so much. I was thinking about it, and I was thinking I missed seeing babies that are busy growing up, and the next minute they're going to be crawling. I've missed being able to pray with people that have had loss. I've missed celebrating the breakthroughs and how God has provided for so many of you, which has been absolutely wonderful. And I've missed worship. I don't know about you, Nick, but I've missed being together and just worshiping Jesus together. So I really look forward to that. Just looking into the year, every time I worry about somebody, or there's a situation that I'm thinking about, I just think to myself, you know what, Jesus, all I can do is actually put you in the situation. And that's been my prayers, that wherever you are and whatever you're going through, I've just decided I'm putting Jesus in the midst of what you're facing and what's happening. Anyway.
Yeah. And that really is comforting. And as we come out of 2020, God has been faithful. The many testimonies that we had towards the end of last year, I found really encouraging, that you guys are standing firm in the faith.
Yeah.
And
well done.
When we're firm in the faith, the scripture says then we really live. Then we're not caught up in worry and anxiety. And yes, there are things that we do get anxious about. There are things that we do worry about. We are human. But God is above those things, and we just need to be looking in the right place, placing Jesus in the right place, and all of those things find their rightful place. So I take great courage coming out of 2020 and coming into 2021, just knowing that God is sovereign, God's in control, and even though we're seeing this pandemic on such a wide scale, we're confident that God's at work. God's doing something. God's up to something, and even with COVID, you see, COVID would even come and divide us, and cause us to turn on one another. But God comes and brings us together, and it's just like the cross, where the enemy came and thought, well, we'll just sort Jesus out on the cross, but actually the greatest victory for mankind happened on the cross. And God is at work, and we need to understand that, and we need to position ourselves for that in this year. As I mentioned this morning, it's very difficult. We get together as an eldership, and we kind of try and plan, but planning is not easy in these days. But just to keep ourselves in the purposes of God that's where we need to be, positioning ourselves with God and communicating. We just felt as an eldership. Now it's a season that we can really pray and use the opportunity to pray. The most powerful thing that we can do now is pray. Pray behind our closed doors, and I trust we're all doing that. The scriptures say, if you're in trouble, pray. If you're sick, call the elders. Please, if you are sick, please call us. That we'd love to come, and we'd love to come and pray with you. Let's find ourselves, and I would encourage each one of us, just get a book, a prayer journal, and just start writing down your prayers. And in the weeks and the months to come, we'll take those prayers, and we'll see just how God has answered, and we can come and we can encourage one another with that.
Yes.
So in 2 Corinthians. Paul writes, and he says, that we were utterly burdened beyond our strength. We despaired of life itself, and to the point that they felt the sentence of death. But he says that it was to make us not rely on ourselves, but on God who raises the dead. So we keep our eyes on Jesus, and he goes on further. Where it says that God delivered us from such a deadly peril, and he will deliver us again. On him we have set our hope that he will deliver us again. You also must help us by prayer, so that many will give thanks on our behalf for the blessing granted through the prayers of many.
Yeah.
And so if we as a church, we are a praying church, God is a God of all comfort, and the greatest thing that we can do for one another is to be found praying for our nation. And let's make it a season of, wherever we are, let's look for the opportunity to pray for those around about us, and just bring something of the life of Jesus Christ and something of heaven into the situation. And then position ourselves in the purposes of God. And yeah, what we're in is going to pass, and God is busy doing something. And let's keep our focus, just like Paul did. Even when he landed up in prison, his focus was to be a light to the Gentiles and to see the gospel advance. And that's what he did, no matter where he found himself. And so my encouragement and our encouragement is, let's connect with God, pray for others, and keep our eyes on the right things. And let's watch this space as we go into 2020 and just see 2021. And see what God does this year. Go in with expectation, full of faith. So we love you guys. We really miss you. And we had a fantastic time of worship down there. We were few. And I trust that you're dialing in. And please dial in. And stay connected. It's one of the things. It's so easy to become disconnected and isolated at this time. And one just realizes that when we're connected and we that is one of God's purposes, that He came to connect and reconcile the world. We just long for when we're together again, and we'll see you shortly, face to face.
Good.
But love you guys, and God bless.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.